know that you can plant a wildflower meadow in your very own yard? With me today is Kelly Greer. She's our Florida Friendly Landscaping Agent, and she has planted one in our exploration gardens to show you how. Welcome, Kelly.
Hi, Celeste.
Kelly, can you tell me why you planted a meadow?
Well, one of our goals for this meadow was to eliminate some of the mowing that we were doing, and then we also wanted to add additional habitat for our native bees, butterflies, insects, and even the birds come in here and take seeds for forage.
So there's a lot of components to a meadow, isn't there?
Yes.
And so what are some of the components?
Well, a meadow by definition should be about 30 to 70% grasses. So all of the grasses that you see in this meadow are native grasses. They're native to Florida, and they provide food and shelter for a lot of our native birds, bees. Right here we have a beautiful native wildflower. So you mix wildflowers in with your native grasses for a meadow, and this provides nectar for a lot of our bees, native bees and butterflies. And we have another beautiful Florida wildflower over here blooming called the Florida paintbrush.
The purple.
Yes, and it's just stunning.
Kelly, let's walk down the path a little bit more and show me some of the other interesting plants you have here.
Okay, this is another native grass. It's called love grass, and you can see blooming right now in the fall how beautiful that bloom is and what it could add to your garden. Even if you just incorporated native grass into an already established garden, it can provide so much interest and pollinator habitat, meaning a lot of these native grasses are host plants for our skippers and many of our other smaller butterflies. If you look over here, we have the golden aster, and we have it in bloom on this side mixed in with this piney woods drop seed, and you can see what a wonderful combination this is, just aesthetically, but also the seeds from this grass provide food for birds. This provides pollinator, nectar source, and this is going to bloom for you all fall and winter.
And everything in here is native, correct?
Yes.
They're all native
these
plants that would be in a natural native Florida meadow, right?
Correct.
Oh, yeah,
correct.
That's pretty. So what are some?
Right here, this is one of our native milkweeds, and there are many native milkweeds in Florida, but this one in particular is called the butterfly weed. And if you look very closely, we actually have a queen larva on there foraging on this milkweed.
So it's going to turn into
a queen butterfly.
A butterfly. I love this plant. Now you have another interesting grass that you want to share with me.
Yes,
in this garden.
do. It's
meadow.
Called the lopsided Indian grass. And if you look very closely at the inflorescence, you can see that it grows all on one side of the plant. And a matter of fact, just yesterday I saw a bird fly in here. It went right into the grass and was picking up little seeds out of there. So the birds just love this meadow.
And there's one thing about the meadow is I noticed in the morning sometimes and the afternoons it looks very different. It glistens, and in the wind it has a lot of features and characteristics that are special.
It does. That's what makes them so pleasing. They move, they change in the sunlight, and they're just very interesting to look at, especially if you look closely at the details.
Well, thank you, Kelly, for sharing our meadow in the exploration gardens with us today.
Thank you.
Now you know if you plant a meadow, the pollinators will come.